What's up, sports fans? This is the WTP Sports Dudes back with another What's Happening in College Football on this beautiful Saturday morning. I got my man to the right, my guy post game. How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm doing well. You know how it is. The Midwest got something to say.
Facts. Y'all know who it is. It's FanDuel Zaya with y'all. Uh, you know what I mean? Hey, it's about to get crazy out here today, man. I'm trying to hit this stream, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab my fishing pole today. But we can get right into it, bro. Let's go ahead and start with the recruiting trail, man. I know we've been talking about it. It's been heating up, bro. So go ahead and dive into Notre Dame and what y'all got going on and what kind of shape y'all cycle is taking.
uh, oh man, Zay, I'm really excited about what Notre Dame has been doing on the recruiting trail, man. They just the other day they got an elite tight end prospect in Ian Primer, big 6'4", 220 right now, athletic guy from Kansas, and man, a lot of people thought he was going to commit to Kansas State. I really didn't think Notre Dame had a chance of getting him, and then he took his visit and informed the coaches that he was coming. So that was a huge victory at the tight end position. Uh, Overall, man, just a lot of athleticism, a lot of speed, some girth on the offensive line. Defensive tackle, we still working on Golden, and we're gonna need him to commit if the defensive line is going to be elite as far as the recruiting class. So, man, I've never been this excited about recruiting when it comes to Notre Dame, probably in my lifetime. And they've had some good classes, but this one, man, is just different. So,
Yeah, I seen that commitment yesterday, man. Uh, I don't know. I ain't hip to him though, so I seen that on ESPN. But man, my Buckeyes, man, we starting to catch some steam too. We've been looking for defensive linemen. You know, we kind of thin. They say we kind of thin. We really not thin this year, but we got Kari Wilder. Kari Wilder is an animal, bro. I don't know he gonna play defensive line or DN. He got the elusiveness to play either though, and the quick first step to play either, and the power for real. Um, but with the commitment of Simeon that we got yesterday, it's looking like he gonna slide out to the outside for real. You know, but when you commit to Ohio State, if you like in that tweener, like you might be 250, 270. It just depends if you could play both. It just depends where we need you. Like we did the same thing with Edric Houston. You know, we slid him inside. He was the number one defensive end coming out of his class 2 years ago. So I don't know. We're gonna see what we do with him, but I'm looking forward to these commitments coming up of Derek Cooper, who was the number one running back. He got us in his top three. And from what I'm hearing, he really love Ohio State. I think he's gonna commit to us. We also got Carter Meadows that we gotta keep an eye on. One of the top defensive ends, and then we also got Deuce Geralds, who's one of the top defensive tackles that's coming up for his commitment. So we're gonna figure that out too. You know what I mean? We're gonna see what happened with them guys. We really need those guys too. Next question. Do you think NIL is creating more or less decommitments and flips?
well, I haven't really seen many flips this season, and I know a lot of flips typically occur like towards signing as you get closer to signing day. But I think NIL is creating less decommitments and flips from what I've seen lately. I really haven't seen much movement. Normally as of right now, when a player commits, they are sticking to that team. Now again, as we get closer to signing day, Will that change? We'll see.
Yeah, I was just telling the chat that yesterday, bro. I don't think it's nearly as many decommitments and flips for real once people committing. Like before their senior year, I think a lot of these kids already signing deals, and they already did all their negotiation. You know what I mean? They didn't probably milk the cow and got as much money as they could already. So unless people are in dire need and they got the money at the end towards National Signing Day, I think that's the only time you're gonna really see flips nowadays because I mean all the deals is the agents is already on the phone. You know what I mean? The agents is already on the phone, so it ain't like the money can't just come out of thin air. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I see T. They got T1 in the chat. He said NIL created the biggest flip, and y'all know who I'm talking about. But you're right, not a lot. Who we talking about?
T1 man, T1 get in here, man.
He must be talking about the QB from Michigan.
Oh, he is. Man, my fault. I had to get in my car, man. I ain't got no charger other than in my car.
Oh, you good, man? You literally going fishing though?
Oh yeah, for sure. Soon as
Oh,
we get
that's
off the
dope.
stream. Yeah,
That's
soon as we
dope.
get off the stream, I gotta go get me some more hooks because I went last Saturday. Yeah, I gotta get me some more hooks, and I'm going straight out there.
Nice.
All right, next question I got on the docket is EA Sports College Football. Uh, they dropped the toughest 25 stadiums to play in. And I wish I was on my computer because that's why I didn't fill out the actual order that it came in. I was gonna put it on screen, but my computer I was having problems with it. So number one was LSU, number two was Penn State, number three was Ohio State, uh, number four might have been Georgia, and number five was Alabama, I believe. Do you agree with that, or where do you think is the toughest stadium to play in the country?
The list sounds about right. You didn't say Florida, did you?
Nah, they're in the top 25 though. I think they were somewhere in like the 15 range.
Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, LSU, Ohio State, Bama. Yeah, I mean, Death Valley with Clemson is tough to play at also though. Uh all in all, I guess I don't have a problem with the list, but it's some tough places to play outside of those five also, man. Like that's a good list, but it's some few more too.
Yeah, would you put it in that order?
I don't know, man. I think LSU. Did you who was first?
LSU.
I don't know if they number one anymore, man. I don't know if they Uno. I don't know if LSU is Uno.
Man, I would change the list for sure. I would probably put Oregon in somewhere in there just because how they stadium is built. We couldn't hear a thing on their field last year. We couldn't hear nothing. We had to go to silent counts. So that's one team. I ain't man. Pick and choose. I don't know. You could interchange it how you want for real. I like the top five, but I would definitely throw Oregon in there. I don't even know who I would take out though, because all them stadiums be rocking. Like who was it? Georgia? No, it was Bama. That Bama game and Georgia game last year at Bama looked at nuts on TV. Now we ain't been in a lot of these stadiums, so we don't really know. You feel me? We don't know how loud they're getting. I've only ever been in Ohio State Stadium, so I mean, I could be a bit biased with Ohio State. You feel me? We be rocking, but we got like the second or third most highest attendee capacity. You know what I'm saying? So more people, of course, more noise it equals. But I don't know. You know, Oregon only can hold 60 something thousand, bro. But we couldn't hear a thing. Like you couldn't hear nothing. You feel me? So I don't know. I think they got them a little low. Like to be at like 13, I don't know. It's the construction of how they built that stadium. It create more noise. T1, I don't know where I'm going yet. I'm just going. I mean, I'm just gonna figure it out after, like, when I'm in process. I don't know where I'm going yet. I was at Crum Park last week. I caught like five crappies in Crum Park last week. I might go back there for real. Uh, all right. Next question that I got for you is okay. Jake Reslav, the quarterback from BYU, is being sued for sexual assault. Your thoughts on that, and will this affect BYU's chances of winning the Big 12? And let me throw in another nugget. BYU has a strict policy of code of conduct. So it looked like he about to get suspended from the school. The last time this happened was a basketball player back in 2014. They suspended him. They reinstated him, but the season was damn near over. So that's a Mormon school or whatever. So they got strict policies on stuff like that. So go ahead, give me your thoughts on both sides of that question.
Yeah, man, that's really messed up. It's difficult. You hate to see stuff like that happen. But if he's gonna be out, I don't really know who BYU is gonna turn to at quarterback. My thing would be them leaning on a run game. I know they got a really big back in the backfield, but I don't. If BYU loses their quarterback, I don't. The chances of winning the Big 12 goes down drastically for me. I don't think they'll be in contention. They'll still be a solid middle tier team in the Big 12, but I don't see them winning the conference. They lose their quarterback.
Yeah. I don't know because I don't know who the backup is. It's all about who you got behind him. Has he been in the program for a couple years? Do we know the offense? You know what I mean? I just hope this situation works out before the season for real. Whatever the outcome is, whatever the truth is, I hope it all comes to forefront. You know what I mean? So we can get to the bottom of it. Because I'm not saying I don't want to say nothing like the girl is lying, but we done seen cases when women done lied on these guys for a money grab. So I just need to know all the facts first before I really tap into whatever it is going in, because you're innocent until proven guilty, and that's just the court of law. So, and we're just gonna leave it at that. All right, and last question before we move on to these week 5 matchups is finalized. Well, it's finalizing right now, but Texas State is going to the Pac-12. Thoughts on the move in the conference?
Man, it's kind of like a death piece. You good for them for getting into the pack, but I don't. It's just like adding depth to a team. You building your roster, and it's not really a guy you go after, but you like, okay, he has depth to the team. So
Right.
I don't really. Texas State, they probably ain't gonna make much noise in the conference, but good for them for joining the pack.
Yeah, they need to. I think they still need to probably add. They got the numbers now to be considered a conference. I think they still probably should add like 2 to 4 more teams. But I don't know. Texas State was good last year, in my opinion. I seen the players on the state and almost beat them. So, and I seen them put up like 40 on somebody that was a Power 4 school or something. And it was just like, who is these dudes? I never even heard of Texas State. That was the crazy part of it. Like I never even heard of them. You know what I mean? So I don't know. They in Texas, bro. So you keep on moving up. Eventually, you still got Texas money when you in Texas. You know what I'm saying?
True,
Everything is bigger in Texas. So I mean, this
true.
is a good. I think this is a good step for them. Even though they're going to make less money this year, it's like it's still it's the brand, it's the name. You know what I'm saying? So they made 11 million in AAC last year. I think they probably would have made that. I said it on stream a few weeks back. I forget what the number is, but whatever they was gonna make in the Pac 12 last year, they would have made less than that 11 million. You know what I mean? So money wise, it don't make sense, but I get it. It's the brand, bro. You gotta push the brand. All right, week 5 matchups, man. The first matchup I got on the docket, we got Texas Christian at Arizona State. How you feel about this game and how it's gonna go down?
Ooh, I like this matchup, but I think Arizona State, who is that? They got Tyson at wide receiver.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah, I think TCU is man. They'll be right up there with the rest of those teams in the Big 12. But I think ASU gets the victory in this one. I really like their quarterback and their receiver combo, and I think they'll pull this one out, man.
Yeah, so these early matchups, it's a week 5 matchup. I think they can get tricky. Just because I think people are still going to be working kinks out. I know what we seen from Arizona State last year. I think they're going to still be trying to figure out the loss of Scatterbo early in the season. So I expect Texas Christian to come in there and play and be competitive, though. Not just get washed off the field. I think Arizona State win this game, though, but I think it's going to be a very competitive game, bro. It's going to be within 2 touchdowns. You know what I mean? And that anything can go for real as long as you keeping it close. Anything can go.
Yeah, and something else we got to add for the people, man. That defense at Arizona State is returning 8 starters, and they had the
Yeah.
#1 defense in the Pac-12 or Big 12 last year.
Oh, is it 8 or 10? I think it might be 10. I did a
Nine,
preview on
nine,
Arizona.
nine, nine.
9. Okay, 9. I did a preview on Arizona earlier in the year, and it's like 9-9 or something. So they returned a lot. It's like 9-9 or something. It's like 18 out of 21, 22 or something. So they definitely gonna be experienced. And they got that defensive back number 4 that sat out in the first half against Texas. And when he was on the field, that defense was a totally different defense. They was just like that. He was flying all over the field.
For sure. So you taking TCU?
Nah. I think it's gonna be close though. I'm taking Arizona State. I think Sam Levitt gonna ball out. Then next matchup, we got OSU traveling to Washington. How you feel about this one?
Old fashioned beatdown, my man. I'm not, and that's not saying that Washington can't be better. I think they'll be solid this year, but I just think that, Ohio State is going to overwhelm them with their talent. I think the world of y'all wide receiver Jeremiah Smith, really elite talent, and with saying coming in throwing the ball, y'all gonna run the ball, y'all gonna play defense, y'all got the best safety in the country. But I just think y'all the talent, the cream gonna rise to the top every time. I know it's a conference game, and conference games can get tricky, like you said, but I just think the talent wins out at the end for Ohio State.
Yeah, this game would have been more on my radar if we wasn't coming off a bye week due to all the travel that it's gonna take to get out there. You know what I mean? We could have came out flat, but knowing that we got a bye week, we'll probably get down there a little early and get our legs off that plane. You know what I mean? And stretch them out. And I don't know. I don't think we just super run them off the field. I do think we win convincingly though. Next matchup we got for week 5, we got Auburn at Texas A&M. This can turn out to be a good one.
Yeah, and Um, I gotta lean Texas A&M. You know, slight lean. I do think Auburn can be improved with the quarterback situation. I do think Auburn can be improved this year, but I'm gonna give the ever so slight lean towards Texas A&M. They're at home. You know, that's one of the loudest stadiums in college football, bro. So I gotta give the edge to Texas A&M. How good A&M is going to be this year, I'm not sure. They could be improved or they could be the same. You know, it's going to depend on a few things, but I got to give. Yeah, I think Auburn improved at quarterback and they'll be better, but I got to give it to Texas A&M.
Yeah, it all depends on how that boy Arnold is playing for me when we get to this matchup. Early thoughts though. I'm gonna roll with Texas A&M on this. I think Marcel Reed. I think that stadium is hard to play in. That's another one we could have mentioned as being a very tough stadium to play in. That's probably a top 10 stadium to me as well, just atmosphere wise. Um, but man, I don't know. I'm just not a believer in Arnold yet. He got to show me. You got to show him prove. If you don't have good quarterback play, bro, you're not gonna win a lot of games. So, in my game of the week, right here, we got USC at Illinois. Who you got in this post?
Oh man, that's a really good one, man. I'm excited for this game as well. Um, I'm big on Illinois this season, man, and I think USC coming to the Midwest to face Illinois, and Illinois bringing as much as they're bringing back. I like older teams. I oh man, we just don't know how good USC is going to be. We know they're going to be able to have offense, but what is that defense going to talk about? You to me, if you want to be a contender in the Big Ten, you got to play defense. You got to play defense. So I'm gonna give the edge to Illinois, man. I like the Illini this year.
That's a lot of experience over there. It ain't a bad choice, man. I'm going USC though, man. I'm gonna tell you why. This was the best 6-6 football team in the country last year, and last year I know it's a lot of noise about their defense, but their defense actually played better towards the end of the year. And they've been getting recruits after recruits. They still building talent over there. So I mean, they feel like they got the guy from Minnesota. They got the guy from Minnesota. They feel like he's the guy for the job. So they got a guy that's Big Ten friendly already. You know what I mean? He's gonna probably fix up some things. You know how Big Ten offenses usually run. Um, and when it comes to like different styles of football too, you want to knock down your conference first. You know what I mean? The style of play that you're gonna play in your conference. You worry about all the other stuff later. So he already got a feel for the Big Ten, bro. He's seen Illinois. He's seen this team last year, bro. He's seen everybody else too. So I don't know, man. I know what that I'm gonna get out of Lincoln Riley offense. We're gonna have an explosive offense. You feel me?
Yeah, that's
And
a
this,
good point. That's a good point because I believe USC had like 3 losses by like 3 or 6 points, didn't they?
yeah,
Last season? That's
yeah.
crazy.
They could have easily been 9-3 last year, easily, or 10-2 for real. But I mean, listen, but I think USC is a total wild card for real. Like Lincoln Riley been having the same problem, bro. Just defense. That's it. That's all it's ever been. If they can get remotely even a top 40 defense, bro, they'd be 9-3. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Another game that I'm real high on, I want to see real bad is Indiana at Iowa. This is gonna be a banger.
Whoa, that is going to be a banger, and I'm excited as well. Indiana at Iowa,
Yeah.
man. See, the thing about Iowa, and I gotta give you credit because you've been talking about Iowa a lot, and they did get they got the quarterback from North Dakota State.
South
right?
Dakota State.
South Dakota State. Yeah, that dude is supposed to be the real deal. So with them adding that type of a playmaker at quarterback, I know Indiana has done well in the transfer portal, but with them getting a playmaker at Iowa like that, and them now they got to replace their bell cow at running back, which I know they'll be able to. But I with Iowa being at home, I'm gonna give them the favorite in this game, and again, I'm really looking forward to this game, but I'm gonna give the slight edge to Iowa.
Yeah, man, this game is going to determine some positioning in the Big Ten, man. This is a playoff indication game for me, low key. Uh, because when you look at Indiana's schedule, I think Iowa will lose maybe 3 or 4 games. But when you look at Indiana's schedule, they can do exactly what they did last year for real. I mean, they avoided us. I don't keep pull up their schedule for me real quick, post and read it to me.
Who, Indiana?
Yeah, Indiana. I think the only team they got to play is Oregon, if I'm not mistaken, for real, and Illinois. I think they avoided Michigan and Ohio State and Penn State. I think they avoided all three. But just to speak about
So
Iowa, while you pulling that up, man, Iowa's gonna
Indiana. Oh, go ahead,
go
bro.
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so Indiana has Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, Indiana State. Then they got Illinois at home, at Iowa, at Oregon, Michigan State, UCLA at home, at Maryland, at Penn State, Wisconsin at home, and then at Purdue.
See, so they got Oregon, and then they got this game, and you said Illinois, right, at home. So that's a butter schedule. So this game can determine whether or not they get kicked out of the playoff race or not. You know what I'm saying?
They gotta
So,
go. They gotta go to Penn State in November though.
oh, you said two Penn State and they got Oregon at home,
Yep. No, no,
and
no.
then they
They're
got
they're they're at Iowa. Oh, ooh. All they tough games is on the road, bro. They at Iowa, at Oregon, and at Penn State.
and
They
then
home for Illinois though.
okay. So if they lose three of them games, though, they out. They're not gonna put them back in. You know, so this is a must-win game. But Iowa gonna keep everything in front of them, bro. They not gonna let up no big plays. Whoever win this game gonna win by 20. I'm gonna lean Indiana though, because I think they gonna need it more. You know what I mean? I think they're gonna this is gonna end up being one of 4 Iowa losses, but it's gonna be like 20-17 or something. It's gonna be something weird. We got a we got a ACC matchup with Louisville at Pitt. I put this game on here because I think it can determine some things that's going to shake off in the ACC if some teams just flounder out like Miami or something. You know, teams is going to be fighting for number 2. We know Clemson going to probably handle their business, but these are two teams I got an eye on that could possibly. Well, I gotta take that back. Once I found out that Pitt is not starting the black dude that I seen in the bowl game last year, they dropped on my board actually. They got some other dude that I just found out yesterday. But anyway, speak on this game. How you feel?
I'm going with Louisville, man. I like what the Petrinos is doing. Not the Petrinos. Is it the Petrinos at Louisville? But I like what the coaching staff at Louisville is doing. We seen it with Tyler Shuck last season. Hey, there he is. What
What it do? What it do?
What
up,
up,
homie?
T1?
Man, moving and grooving, man. You already know how it is.
Yes, sir.
Moving and grooving.
Hey, finish what
Yep.
you were saying post game, and then I'm gonna go through some games for T1 and get his thoughts.
No, I'm gonna take Louisville, man. I like what they building at Louisville, man, and I think they could be in contention in the years to come. So I'll take Louisville over Pitt.
Yeah, who you got in this game, T1? Before I ask you about a few other games.
Louisville. Just
That
off of the recent history, I just think Louisville is going in a better upwards position than Pitt is.
that's simple. I like it. I like it. Hey, so let me get your thoughts. I want to know who you think is going to win out of Auburn at Texas A&M.
That's one of them. Until we see what's really going on, that's one of them. Texas A&M. A few years ago, we thought they was about to turn into a powerhouse, right? They had #1 recruiting classes and all of that, but I'm probably gonna have to roll with Texas A&M just because they may still have a player or two around there. Auburn's dead. They need to figure out a way to get back to life. You know, as they do in the SEC, they win, then they lose, and they lose for a few years.
And let me get your thoughts on USC at Illinois.
Ooh, that's gonna be a great game. I
Yeah,
think because I want to say that USC, like I heard you talking, and you were saying how USC's record could have actually been different, and they was the top. You said they were the best 6-6 team in the country, and I think I might agree with that. You know, a game here, a play here, and a play there, and they're in a good bowl game. So that's gonna be a good one, man. But I think I might go with you, USC.
yes, sir. We got
Who,
Miss
who, did,
Robin
who
in
did y'all
here.
who did y'all go with? I forget.
I went USC. Post, I think you went Illinois, right?
Yeah, I went with the Illini.
They definitely, like I say, I don't see the point spread being more than 3.5 for whoever.
No fact. Hey, how you doing, Miss Robin? Thank you for coming in. We appreciate you for sure. Miss Robin, hey, post game. Miss Robin, she full Texas. She more Texas than no. It's crazy.
Correct.
Hey, next game we got on the docket. We're gonna have you go last post. T1, how you feel about Notre Dame at Arkansas?
Notre Dame, Arkansas, man. Arkansas ain't doing that. They ain't doing nothing but beating up on them little teams in the SEC.
Man, I don't know, T1. This game
You
is
disagree?
tricky.
And you know I'm pig suey.
This
You
game
know
is tricky, man.
I'm pig suey, but I mean I really feel like Notre Dame is building something. I really feel like Notre Dame is building something. I'm all in with Freeman and his staff. Uh, as far as pushing for him, just as a Buckeye fan, but they had the players out there to back it up. So, I'm gonna go with Notre Dame, and it's in Arkansas. Yeah, I'm still going with Notre Dame.
So my thing is with Notre Dame is I like what Freeman building. They got talent, they got depth. There's a lot of places over there. But do we see them going undefeated like in this era? Like I just feel like they're gonna have to drop one game, and this might be the game, bro. It's this game or the Texas A&M game for me.
No, you
So
got it. You got it wrong, Say.
do you think they're
If they
going
if
undefeated?
if they do drop a game as you're visualizing, it's gonna be against some bums. Arkansas
Yeah,
ain't bums. They gonna fall asleep. They're gonna fall asleep and somebody gonna pop them. Or they learned from that last year, which we saw throughout the season. They was like, we definitely not gonna put ourselves in this situation again. So if they do take an L, it's gonna be by somebody we don't expect at all.
but you said they're gonna lose to some bums. And I'm a firm believer that Arkansas is some bums, but they got a Superman playing quarterback. You know, hey,
Okay.
Taylor Green last year when they won games, he balled out. When they lost, he didn't.
Yeah.
I think this could be
Yeah.
a game he balled out. Listen, I'm not going on record, and if I was putting my ticket in today, I would probably bet the money line for Notre Dame. The
Right.
spread
But
is
you got to
probably going to
remember.
be the spread is probably going to be crazy. So even if the spread was 14, 21 points, I probably would just take the points too for Arkansas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm not going to act like I don't think Notre Dame won't, like, it's just done sealed with a W. So I mean, you know what I mean? I let Post speak on it more. You know what I'm saying? But Taylor Green, bro, he could throw for 250 in this game and rush for 125 yards and had him in this game to win it.
Right, but you gotta remember that Marcus Freeman is a defensive coach, and I want to believe that Notre Dame is going to have a pretty good defense next year.
They had
Post
a good
game
defense last year.
and I'm figuring that they're gonna have a pretty good defense again this year. Maybe even, well, I ain't gonna say a little better because they lost a couple players, didn't they?
They're going to have a good top 5 defense this year.
Okay.
Even though they lost a
That's
couple,
what I'm thinking.
like the couple players that they lost for real, they had dudes that came in and filled in, and they were young. Now they got experience. So you know what I mean? Like they got dudes that's gonna come in.
Yeah,
No
fellas.
doubt, no doubt.
Y'all make some really great points, man. And you know, them traveling to Arkansas for a noon game. These, as a Notre Dame fan, these are the type of games that worry me. Uh, now, Notre Dame should beat Arkansas and handedly, right? But Arkansas with their quarterback Taylor Green worries me a little bit. You know, them traveling down south, it being a noon game, and that Arkansas heat at the beginning of the season, that worries me, man. But Arkansas had 33 players into the transfer portal. They only bring back 2 players on the offensive line. And I think Notre Dame's pass rush and their athleticism and speed at linebacker could offset Taylor Green. I'm going to, again, guys, I got to say this because Arkansas, Boise State, games like that worries me. Like T1 said, could they learn from that and overcome that this year so they can avoid the trap game, the letdown game? I'm hoping because if they can, I like our chances of going undefeated this season. But they got to prove first. Arkansas worries me, but I'm still going to give the edge to the Irish.
No doubt.
Yeah, the next game I got on the docket is BYU at Colorado. We just got done talking, T1. BYU's quarterback, Jeff Ratcliffe, he was accused of sexual assault. You know, that's a Mormon school, so they take that serious over there, code of conduct. He might be looking at a school suspension. So keep that in mind when you're making this pick.
Man, I'm surprised they're not kicking him out the state for such a that.
I mean, it's
But
just an allegation right now. We gotta
okay, just
get down to the
allegation.
fact.
Okay. Yeah, but this Colorado thing, y'all know I'm all with Coach Prime. But unfortunately with Colorado, we're gonna have to see them play some football. I'm gonna have to see them play some football. I'm gonna at least have to see one game so I can see what they working with. We know that they done brought a couple of players in, but they have to replace some real big time players in Colorado, and it's going to be very interesting to see if those players that they plug in there, if Coach Prime going to be able to do just be able to plug in like a top notch program and continue to build on the success that they've been having. So at Colorado, BYU was pretty good last year, You say that QB may be out. They may have some things going on. I'm a
Yeah,
I'm a rock with Colorado until I see something different.
yeah.
Yeah,
This.
man.
Oh, go ahead. My bad, post.
Yeah, you good. I, I like what Colorado has been doing as far as the coaching staff, bringing Big Warren Sapp on, bringing the running back. What's my man name? Legendary running back. I forget his
Marshall
name.
Falk, was it Marshall
Marshall
Falk?
Falk.
Yeah.
Yes, Marshall
They
Falk.
got
Right on.
they got Marshall Falk
Running
as the
back
hmm
coach.
quarterback,
Yep.
the running back coach.
Hmm.
Ooh,
So I like what they've been doing. I like Salters at quarterback. And I feel like until they get that offensive line together, he'll be a good fit down there because he's able to use his legs more. He's like faster than Shadur. So I like that aspect of their offense and having a dual threat. I think enough people aren't talking about Salters, but will they be able to uh 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 replicate that production at wide receiver from a top 3 pick in the NFL draft? We'll see. I doubt it though. But I like what Coach Prime is building down there, and with BYU and you letting us know what's going on at BYU. That could hurt them, and the fact that it's not at BYU, which is a tough place to play. Man, I gotta lean Coach Prime, man. I love Coach Prime.
And they addressed a couple of them. They brought in a couple of new linemen as well too. So I'm actually looking for that offensive line and defensive line to be better than they were in the past 2 seasons in Colorado.
man, listen. If that quarterback played, bro, it ain't no way Colorado was beating them. That BYU team probably is going to be the most balanced team in the conference for real. It's going to take a plus game from your team to beat them for real. Now it's teams that got reputable talent, requisite talent to beat them in the conference. I'm not saying they just going to win the conference, but as far as the program BYU, we know they're going to play good defense. And we know they're gonna be steady on offense if they got their guy under the center. Like, yeah, if you throw an inexperienced dude in there, then all bets are off. You feel me? Because Caden Salter is the most winningest quarterback in college football right now, and they got him at Colorado. So, um, I mean, I'm right now. There's knowing what's going on. I'm going Colorado, but if the ties turn and the kid gets cleared to play, I'm gonna switch my pick to BYU.
Yeah, my pick is definitely based on BYU's quarterback not being there because I don't know if that all that stuff is true. There's no way he survives that.
At all.
Hey, I'm going on mute for a minute, fellas. I'm about to go in the store.
All right, bet. We got Bama at UGA. We know this is gonna be a banger. Every time we see this game, it's a banger. Who you got, Post?
Ooh, Zay, man, that's tough. Bama and Georgia. Let me ask you a question. Do you like Georgia's before I cook? Do you like Georgia's quarterback situation?
I listen. I don't. I think Gunnar Stockton will be all right. I do not think it's like gonna be him this year. I think they gonna have to run the ball a lot. I think losing Zachariah Branch was a big gut punch. Um, So I mean, I'm getting Zachariah Branch was actually. Oh, I'm talking about USC. Getting Zachariah Branch is gonna help him out a lot because he's so fast, bro. You just got to get him in space. I don't see them throwing the ball downfield a lot with him though. Uh, just because Nate Frazier and the things you could do with Zachariah Branch with jet sweeps and just getting him out in space. So I don't think he got to do too much, honestly. You know Georgia gonna play good defense, and I don't think they're gonna want to put him into a position where he got to win games.
Definitely, I agree with that. Man, you know what? I'm going to say that Alabama needs this win more in a worse way. They have to be successful in the SEC this season, and a lot of that success is gonna hinge on beating Georgia or not. So I'm gonna give the slight edge to Alabama because I feel like they're gonna need it more.
And I'm going UGA, bro. I'm going Georgia. I think they own that conference right now. I don't think nobody want them. You feel me?
I'm
They gonna
with
give
you,
it to
Zay.
yeah, they gonna give it to Bama. They gonna give it to Texas. Just line them up. They gonna give it to everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's their conference until somebody proves me otherwise.
I think Bama falling off, y'all.
I do too, T1. I'm with you.
I think Bama falling off. Georgia actually might pop them easily.
He said
Wow.
easy. That's deep. I don't think it's gonna be easy though. maybe a maybe a 10-point game, but I don't know
It's
though.
gonna be at least a touchdown.
Yeah, I don't know because they were getting popped last year.
Man, man, this is a tough game for me, man, because I'm not sure if Alabama just had a down year losing all world coach and the transition to another system. They still got talent, man. I don't it's tough. I don't know if I love Georgia's quarterback situation. I do know they got some freaks on defense. They're gonna be able to run the ball. SEC conference game, man, that's tough, man. You
Before
know,
last year, before last season though, Alabama had the best coach in the conference. Now Georgia does.
yeah, I think I agree with you. I think Kirby Smart is the best, in my opinion, is the best coach in football. Period. But it's tough. It's tough to call right now because we haven't seen anything. But I'm gonna stick with Bama and a slight upset.
Hey, now what I can say about Bama though is that's gonna work bode well for them this year is now DeBoer has a quarterback that more fits his system than he did last year. So, he if he want to sling the rock 40 times in the game, 30 times in the game, he actually got somebody that's more bit better at pocket passing. You know what I mean? That just wasn't Milrose's game. So DeBoer want to sling, he want to throw the ball though. All right, in our last game we got which is definitely gonna be a banger. And I like the little games. That's why I said USC Illinois was my game of the week. We know what games like this is gonna do. In that Bama and Georgia game, we know Oregon and Penn State game is gonna go crazy. We know these games is there. Who you got in this one though, Post man? This is gonna determine a lot in the Big Ten too. This is Big Ten championship implication games right here.
Yeah, this is
Remember, it's a
definitely,
night game too.
and
Yep,
it's at
7:30.
Penn State.
Whiteout.
At Penn State. Yeah, that's crazy work. I, bruh, man, if Oregon can control the line of scrimmage, which is not going to be easy against Penn State, if they can slow down that running back tandem, they'll have a chance. If Dante Moore is him, like he's supposed to be, that's a lot of ifs, bruh. You know. But right now, before seeing one game played, man, I'm taking Oregon the upset.
T1, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm getting I'm taking Penn. I'm taking the home team tonight.
Penn State,
I'm gonna
okay.
take the I'm gonna take the home team at night. I don't know why, because I'm not sold on that quarterback yet. I'm not sold on that QB, but and that's the only concern. That's what's going to turn this whole game around, because we know Oregon going to come with it. Even though it's at nighttime, they got long travel and all of that, but they got a whole lot of time to get their body together for that 7:30 game. I think the Penn State defense will step up to the occasion, and it's gonna be on that. It's gonna be on that offense and that quarterback.
Yeah, I think the big thing, bro, that we've been sleeping on too, about Oregon is that Evan Stewart is out for the year. Um, that's your top. That was your number one receiver coming back. I know you got the number one receiver in DeCorian Moore, but I keep on forgetting that Evan Stewart, he suffered an injury, bro, like 2 months ago, and he gonna be out for the year, bro. He probably should have just went to the NFL draft. I know he's salty now, but man, I don't know. It's something about Penn State and that offense, bro. I just don't think it's explosive enough, bro. It's just not explosive enough. But even when I look back like to last year in Oregon, what we seen out of them, uh, bro, like they didn't beat. I feel like they really ain't play nobody, and like they didn't. I mean, they played us, but they played us at home. Now they going on to a real hostile environment in the Big Ten. That's the only thing, the hesitation I got. Like y'all about to really play somebody that's a good team in the Big Ten every year on the road, bro. This is about to be an experience like no other. And for the longest, I have been saying, bro, when Oregon play in big games, bro, they always get popped for a long, long time. This ain't no last year thing. This is like they always let you down every time. I still think they got too much explosive, man. But I might change my mind when that game roll around. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, that's how I feel. But I just with Makai Hughes, if Dante Moore is him, because he still got to prove it. He was highly touted coming out of high school, but he got to prove it. He definitely got the tools, but if Oregon get on the roll and that offense is crazy, man, I'm taking Oregon, man.
That is who playing running back at Oregon, Makai Hughes. Yeah. From Tulane. Oh yeah, yeah. That's who I meant to say on that last string was my candidate for player of the year on that Big Ten string. That's what I meant. Yeah. But man, listen, that's the last game I had on the docket, bro. Y'all got any other games y'all want to talk about? I seen a few other ones. I don't know if y'all got anything else, any other topic y'all want to talk about or what.
Yeah, I'm good.
Hey, I appreciate you joining T1. You know, never too late is the motto, man. You know what I mean? It's never too late. As long as we on, just jump
All
in.
day, all
For
day.
sure.
I be trying. Y'all see, I'm trying to get back into the groove of things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now you good, man. We know summer camp and that heat been killing you. Hey, post game, man. Always appreciate you. Y'all know what we do. Hey, we appreciate everybody that was in here. Please hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not a subscribe yet. Hit that bell and share the videos, man. We I don't know. I think I gotta talk to No. I think we about 300 watch hours away or somewhere in that building from being monetized, bro. So hey, that's all we got though. Y'all know what we do here. We say peace.